Hello everyone, people, you are great on the Whale channel. And in today's video the wheels for my project Red have finally arrived. All links will be below in the description of this project, which has already come out with components. What kind of wheels do we have? Now next? Yes, so let's sit around the house. Be sure to like and just subscribe. It's not difficult and it's free. Thank you all and let's go. But now the wheels themselves are the wheels, or rather the bushings are the cousin, namely the xm490 Pro. By the way, we have the rear hub. It's a boost one. Here we have 148 boost written through a fraction, and our front one is 110 mm, also respectively, the xm490 Pro and boost 15 by 110. These are the wheels 29. For MTB, I'll remind you if anyone hasn't yet understood what kind of project I'm assembling, it's carbon is always the most, it's not that state employees are worth it. Honestly, it doesn't say whose spokes are, but we have them made of stainless steel. Why are they made of stainless steel? Because they don't magnet. Here's a neodymium magnet and it just doesn't magnetize. Further, these are our rims on which the length rings, you know, they're probably good. Yes, our rims are helix, these are sandringles, which I already assembled. By the way, at 27.5. When I went beyond 26 on these rims, in principle, good water does not catch 8s, it also depends on how you assembled them in size. I can say that it is 622 per 25 mm. 25 mm is our internal width from wall to wall, so that you know later which one to take. For example, about one tape. And by the way, the rim tape, as you can see here, the rim is already glued. For without a tube you get a hole for the nipple and you just insert the nipple or the same camera whoever wants and just use it. That is, a flipper rim tape is no longer necessary here, already pasted. Further, this is 599 mm for us. It's also very important if suddenly you take the rims and bushings separately, what kind of spokes you will need to choose what in the calculator. It's all selected material, respectively, 6061 aluminum and disc only. Well, even a fool can understand that there is a discount, or that we have tracks for vibration brakes. No, in principle, who rides vibration brakes now? Write in the comments if you still ride them. And the juiciest thing, probably this is the price. Yes, at the time of ordering here, these pair of wheels cost 16,000. There are 1,639 rubles at the link below in the description. Again, you can go look because there are different modifications. There are boost ones, not boost ones for the axle, for the eccentric. In general, you can probably find any bike for any bike, because from the seller there's really a lot of things. And even for a previous project, which I think I even ordered these wheels from him, only they already had a CX 1800 cousin, if memory serves. And also great wheels in terms of tension, they're all the same. Everything's great, and you can even do it. Now evaluate if you can, of course. Now I'll spin the beat. There's no figure 8 or egg, it's just new wheels. By the way, it was all delivered in a large cardboard box. There were spacers, there were pimples, there were bags. In general, I just didn't bother to lay it all out here. Unpacking still took a couple of minutes. This exactly like that. And now let's move on to see what we have inside here along the bushings. What is the design? How are all these bearings, drums, etc. located accordingly? Well, before I leave yet, I want to weigh it, because weight is very, very important. So if so, no matter how wrong I'll take it. Okay. The hole in the nipple. So the rear wheel is 1190. It seems to me that in general it Could already be, of course, and carbon ones were even lighter, but also more expensive, probably 3 times. There now, the price is now approaching 40. And our front wheel is 1055 gram is already with one tape glued on. Well, it weighs how much? Maybe 10 grams, so the rims are actually light in general, and most importantly, they are also durable, because let me remind you that I already ride on these wheels Helix Sunlinkle, which is only there for me. TR27. Here we have 2929, this is the outer width of the rim itself. So well, now let's actually see what kind of drum we have, how it's made. Most likely it will be the same as with the previous drums from the Koozer company. That's what I actually love, namely, we have 2 bearings, of which the drum and in the bushings themselves in the body they will be located very close to each other. They are separated only by a small aluminum spacer, and also that, roughly speaking, they do not bite the drum. How did you notice such hyper lights? By the way, I ordered it. I hope it arrives and the drum will not be lost anywhere. XD those who follow my channel, I know that I have a super light cassette, super expensive. It now costs probably 12,000 already, but it's from the XD950 range, and it will be interesting to put it here and have a look. No, actually, look, what to look at. It should be suitable, because the drum I ordered is for this bushing is like 490, 460 and another 400 for some bushings. It's suitable for some bushings. What they don't like is the Chinese bushings, so you can use one drum on other wheels, for example on the same gravel. Now I can just put this drum and just enjoy. Don't worry, don't rearrange anything, buy a new bike to change the cassette there, it's very convenient, etc. What do we have here for bearings? The markings are 2 R's and our name is SNSNBK, but these are also not bad because they've been on them for so long. I've been riding everything okay. Here as we see, 6 pawls are each individually spring-loaded. In principle, everything is okay. There is a boot more. In principle there is nothing supernatural here. I don't see. The main thing is that it all rotates well and does not break, so it's not for nothing that I opened it to see what kind of bearings are inside the bushing itself. Namely, here we already have 6902, because the drum on 689 is kind of different. So it won't be possible to take the same bearings everywhere and push them in. If anything, then for the future it's the same with the 2's rubber boot. And something else I want to immediately measure, namely the thickness of the axle. How much it is. Here we have fatty or not fatty. It's 1.14 millimeters. Here, by the way, on this side it's a little bigger, 1.5. Well, maybe it goes closer to the center, fatter along the edges, like thinner. Maybe that's by the way. And it's also very important that it made for a cone. We see this one is just sharpened to fit a cone. It is trimmed so that when you put on the caps, because in the caps we have rubber bands, these rubber bands just didn't get sanded and didn't tear, because often I had bushings that were sent there by others too, and they were just sharp. Once you've inserted all the rubber bands, they're gone. And without the rubber band, the cap is holding on, but somehow it's probably not right, and it's smeared, as you can see. Duke's smear is so normal on this red lubricant, and now I can put something on. Music. That's just inserted. Now let's just listen to how the bushing sounds in principle. Some people don't like loud bushings. I honestly like the louder the better in general, and here the idle speed I don't know how to show it to you on camera. I literally don't know how many degrees there are, but it is there, even taking into account the fact that there are 6 poles. The minimum idle speed will probably already be on the speech. Here, we see it is present. Well, on the front hub we already have completely different bearings because our atom is different. This is the 18307 bearing, also SNS2Rs. And the thickness of our axle, the thickness of ours is 1.7. As if it's also normal. Not squishy. Music. Also, by the way, our wheel is smooth without any 8s, and I probably forgot to say here we have 32 spokes, 3 crosses. This is suddenly if I didn't say, and here's another. I can demonstrate that here we have an internal width. This is 25 millimeters. Externally, we have 29. Well, the profile height is 30. If suddenly, who needs 21.5? Well, in the kit, I also forgot to add that they put 4 spare knitting needles. Also like a plus, if suddenly you have some kind of spoke accidentally fly out, or the switch will fly into the rear wheel. In general, 4 spokes are also stainless steel. It's cool that they exist in principle. Well, I'll end everything with this. Don't forget, as always, to subscribe to all social networks. In VK Yandex Group V Contacti. Actually everything is in this spirit, all links are attached below comments.